inside the Palace. Let's look at the starting lineups for the Orlando Magic with the best record in the East. Matt Harpring, the rookie from Georgia Tech, opening up front with the veteran Horace Grant and Big Ike Austin. In the backcourt, Penny Hardaway and Nick Anderson for Chuck Daly. Check the Pistons starters now. Joe D back hale and hearty, played in game number 1,000 and played oh so well on Thursday, along with Lindsey Hunter, who's played nothing but great basketball lately. In the backcourt, Don Reed, Grant Hill, and Bison Dele, who's sure enough on an uptick up front for Alvin Gentry. Let's go into spotlight now for AutoZone, and we look at the starting centers in the ball game. Ike Austin and Bison Dele. And this is a more finesse matchup than you think, despite the girth of Austin. Let's take a look at the U.S. Postal Service Piston priorities for priority mail. And without further ado, let's bring back my partner Kelly Tripucka for that.
Girth, huh? I like it. Number one, Penny, for your thoughts. I think you need to contain and double down on Penny. He's been playing pretty well as of late over the last week when he was criticized, and still a tough matchup because of size. Sixth man or Superman? Well, that would have to be Darryl Armstrong, because this guy is playing phenomenal. You must be physical with him. Got to try to throw him off his game. Do something different with him. Try to give him another look that he hasn't seen. And lastly, on a roll, well, just ride it out. I think that's how the Pistons are playing right now. They just need to continue to do what they're doing. Get a little bit tougher on the boards against the Magic and try to contain those guys that have given them problems in the past.
Let's check the officials in the ball game. Rashawn Michelle, Bob Delaney, and Leroy Richardson assigned here by David Stern and the National Basketball Association. There's the Hall of Fame coach, Chuck Daly. Went in 94 into the Hall of Fame and still going strong. Alvin Gentry, who has the hottest team in the game right now, in the first chair for the Pistons. Bob Delaney will make the throw as we look down from our Kmart Big K Sky Cam at the Pistons dressed in the classic red, white, and blue.
Now, one guy that is absolutely thrilled to see them.
They look like the Detroit Pistons to me. Here
my
comes
partner,
Lindsey Hunter.
You should have yours on.
Armstrong starting with Hardaway for Orlando. Grant spins baseline, hang glide, guns it down.
Quick move, had Harpring leaning the other way, and Grant, quick as a cattle on the baseline, gets the first two of the ball game. I'm just sorry to say, if you went back to the classic uniform, you might have that old suit on with the big collar. Leisure suit, I guess you would call it.
Pistons still playing that good D.
You would have a few of those.
Speaking of suits, there is Chuck Daly. No, never had a leisure suit, I'm proud to say. Always a little too trendy.
Quick
Here
double.
is Joe D. Nice little up fake. Fires, fills it up. Great rotation, a sweet rainbow J for Joe. It's 4-zip Pistons.
Well, you can see early on the Magic are going to try to double Grant as much as possible before he puts it on the ground and causes havoc. But Pistons, as we've been saying, the extra pass has been great.
Penny Hardaway, the recipient for Orlando, got it from Armstrong and gunned it down. Lindsey blows by Armstrong and Grant, dishes to Bison Dele for the dunk.
Well,
same old story for the Pistons.
A roadmap, George, right from end to end. The Magic a little lazy getting back, almost surprised. And Lindsey just said, why not?
Armstrong against him. And look at Lindsey pick his pocket. They got 3-on-1 numbers to Don Reed, and Armstrong stood in there. What courage. He took the charge and broke up the break.
George, that was a fantastic play. Not so much even the courage, but how about the smarts to anticipate that and read that play, as Lindsey knew he had a couple of trailers, but Armstrong said, I think he's going to give it up. He stood his ground, and Don Reed nailed him. And that's why he's playing as well as he is. He's just made all the right decisions. Hands down, this guy's going to be the sixth man of the year.
Well, he can play for anybody in this league. Chuck Daly's glad he's got him.
Career year.
Harpering with a show and go on Bison, runs up the hook scoop, no, taps it up, yes.
Now, this guy's not a rookie anymore. They've really gotten productivity from their rookies. You're going to see another one come off the bench, and Michael Doliak, who's played just as well for Chuck Daly.
Joe D feeds Bison, gets it back, clocks it 10 against Hardaway. Whips it to Grant against Harpering. On the deck, spinning, runs up the floater, no. Ball's still alive, but Harpering comes away with it.
Got some numbers, 3-on-2.
Armstrong with the long gun. It goes, a triple for Armstrong.
That's the kind of year that Darrell Armstrong, sometimes known as Flash, has had. Incredible.
Lindsay works against him. Orlando takes the lead 7-6.
And they might not be as tired. They played last night, but they blew out the Bulls by 50 points or so.
47, worst defeat in Chicago history. What a shame. Dele misses.
So not many minutes.
Ike with a rebound.
They were more rested than they anticipated they would be.
Horace Grant, maybe a little out of range.
I'm just going to say, you read my mind.
Step or two back.
Another step in that was right in his spot.
Joe D fakes the pass. Triple try a little short. Don Reed nearly picked Grant's pocket. Penny Hardaway spinning on Lindsay.
Try to get Hardaway in the post against the smaller Hunter. Quick double.
Armstrong goes back to Penny from the corner for three. Around and off. Harpering caps it, but Grant's got it.
Now, Harpering had good position, just couldn't corral it.
Running out Don Reed down the lane. Up and down.
Now the Gentry up, wanted a blocking foul to make it a three, but no whistle.
8-7 Pistons. 8 now and 10 to play here in the first. Pistons and the Orlando Magic on Bad Boy reunion night. Full house at the Palace. Harpering with a drive. Little up fake, but he walked.
Harpering looking a little surprised that they called that, but Pistons didn't pull any surprises here, as running the lane was Don Reed. You see Armstrong trying to step in. Probably a good no call. And Reed gets his first two of the game.
Pistons 8 and the Magic 7. Chuck Daly's team is 23-10. How about the Pistons? They're 20-12 after winning 6 straight. Bison Dele inside for the slam. How about that?
Nice job by Bison to get himself under control that time. Took a little stutter step, but once he came to a stop underneath, used the right hand to flush it. And Bison, as we know, a left-hander.
Yep. Austin powers his way in there.
Ike Austin's a tough handle down low. Good footwork and got all the moves, and put the ball on the floor, will take you outside and drive it by you. He's been a Piston killer.
He has some stuff. It is now 10-9 Pistons. Grant with Harpering up to body him and fouling him, says Leroy Richardson. The first on Matt Harpering.
Really call that foul a lot. Harpering didn't do a whole lot, but put those hands up for just a second, get called for the touch.
Alvin Gentry wants a timeout here with a 10-9 lead and 7-12 to play in the first at the Palace on the Pistons Television Network. Stay tuned during our game tonight. We will announce a winner in the 1999 Budweiser Pistons Dream Sweepstakes. You could be a member of the Pistons Bad Boys team for a day. Paid 1/82nd of the 88-89 season minimum NBA per game. The wage is $1,219.51. Also included dinner at the Palace, a locker room tour, 4 tickets to a game on May the 2nd. Details wherever Bud is served or sold. Out of the timeout, Pistons get Bison Dele, the drive and deuce.
Yeah,
Joe D set him up.
Good high post action that time. Dele faked the screen, he slipped it right to the basket. A good bounce pass, the only way it would have gotten there. Got himself an easy lay-in.
12-9. Pistons with the lead. Austin deep for the Magic. Don Reed with a block, but a foul.
Let's get a look at that last play. You see the 2 guards out top and Bison Dele in the middle. Now as he sets the screen right here, he's going to come over and fake this screen. Instead, he's going to slip it right to the basket. Joe, a good pass inside for the easy bucket. Excellent.
Don Reed's foul, his second. And he sits down now. Loy Vaught checks in.
Boy, out here early, I saw him working on his jump shot.
Christian Laettner gone for a couple of weeks with a rib injury 2 nights ago against Chicago.
Needs some bodies, and Loy Vaught's a guy that's been around, so
he can play.
Get to see some action.
Here's Bison Dele running up the hook. Harpering with a rebound. Pistons lead them 12-10. We have 6 now and 12 to play in the first. Armstrong against Lindsay.
Trying to get some low post action with Penny in the post.
Mike Austin by himself. Off the iron to Harpering. The Georgia Tech rookie works against Loy Vaught. Drives him. Loy got a piece of that, I believe. Here comes Grant. Joe D on top against Penny Hardaway. Bison Dele in the post. Grant cuts baseline, step back, and sticks it.
That's a tough shot. Defense was pretty good as they cut off the baseline as Grant cut off the screener. Got nothing, and as you said, that little step back. But that's a tough angle because he's actually behind the
very
backboard.
Difficult. 14-10. Seen you shoot a few back there, though. Here is Horace Grant off the heel.
Used to be one of my favorite spots back there in that corner.
Armstrong flicks it away to Austin, gets it back. Bison Dele pushes him out on the floor, and he does make the right call.
No, he was
set it up.
He was thinking about trying to make a move, but Dele did a nice job of backing off him and cutting off angles to the basket.
Harpering from the corner, they dare him. He does. No, off it comes to Bison. 14-10 Pistons, just under 5 to play here in the first. Grant whips it to Joe D. Gets Penny Hardaway on his back. Ball batted away, though. 2-on-2 break. Penny Hardaway lays it in.
Magic do a great job of converting from defense to offense, and they run the break very well. The smart pass that time didn't waste anything on the ground to Penny, who lays it up and in.
Joe was grabbed on the arm when they swiped the ball. He let Bob Delaney know it. Loy Vaught, foul line, takes the pass, misfires to Armstrong. Screen from Grant. Armstrong with a rainbow gun. He got it.
See him use the high post for just a second. It wasn't a long screen. Kind of just ran right off his tail that time, and that was enough room to free him up for that short little mid-range jump shot.
And he ties the score at 14 with 4 minutes flat to play in the first. Bison Dele with a bounce to Grant. Mid-post against Harper. He gets by him. Finger rolls. Fills it up.
Just too quick. Whenever they try to double team, he's just too quick. He even beats it. They got to close the gap there. He just split the defense that time between Austin and Harper.
6, 2 boards, 2 feeds all ready for Grant. Pistons lead him 16-14 with Judd Bushler about to check in. Penny Hardaway against Joe, deep to Austin, lost it out of bounds with Loy Vaught on his back. And there is Judd Bushler. Judd was watching those films of the championship Pistons and said, boy, you guys were good. He ought to know. He played on some championship teams. Eric Montross in the ball game now. We're about to check in. Bushler is on for Joe. Dele to the backdoor cutting Grant Hill. Count it. Now Harpering foul.
We saw that work a couple of games ago on the lob from Lindsey Hunter. That time, Grant once again reads the situation. Set play. He feels pressure from trying to front the post, and he just spins off it real quick. Watch the top of your left side of your screen. You see the quick move inside, clear out the backside, and Grant, he knows how to finish.
Comes an old friend of yours into the ball game, Dominique Wilkin. One of those 80s gunslingers at small forward, and there were so many of you.
Every night.
Alvin Gentry has 9 in Grant Hill's column and a 19-14 lead. Harpering sat down with the 2 fouls and 4 rebounds and 2 points. Dominique backs down on Grant. Great little up fake. Missed the glasser, though.
They did.
Bushler digs it out there. Terrific move. Here's Lindsay in the lane, lost it. Penny Hardaway had it kicked out, and Orlando will keep it. But first we'll get a timeout with 2:50 to play in the first. Pistons 19, Orlando 14 at the Palace on the Pistons television network. There are a couple of bad boys, Bill Lambier and Isaiah Thomas, and Trader Jack McCloskey enjoying the night. And I forget, there's a brand new music video on the '89 champs. You'll see it at the hand. Pistons up 5, 2.5 to play in the first. Clock almost out for the Magic. Penny Hardaway misses. Eric Montross kept it alive for Grant. Pistons wearing those classic championship uniforms tonight, if you just joined us, because it's a bad boy reunion celebration night. Loy Vaught working against Horace Grant. Lindsay against Armstrong. Clock's inside 10 for Grant inside. Draws the double. Vaught deep for the dunk to Montross.
That's great ball.
Perfect passing. Heck of a job by Loy. The ball was barely in his hands before he had a feed.
All about anticipation. They know the double team's coming. You get a cutter in the lane. They'll touch pass. Montross flush.
And Doliak, Michael Doliak, the other rookie, this guy out of Utah, gets the foul.
Keep it off the floor, and there's nothing prettier to watch than a team that's unselfish and moving the basketball.
There's a young man who's won some championships. B.J. Armstrong from Brother Rice High, home of Joe Abramson, and the University of Iowa, where there are rumors he might be the new coach. I think the NBA still pays more. Maybe not by a lot these days. Eric Montross misses, and B.J. Armstrong will work against Lindsay. Now it's Penny Hardaway to Armstrong with the basket cut and the foul. Eric Montross got him.
First in the last 2 minutes.
And Khalid Reeves checks in for Lindsay. Christian Laettner come on so strong. You hate to see him have to sit down for a while, but he's tough. He'll get back as soon as he can.
That's a tough injury too, because that just hurts everything you do. Anything with your ribs, you know, breathing or sneezing or twisting, turning, it's very uncomfortable to live with, even sleeping.
B.J. Armstrong guns them both down. It's 21-16 Pistons. We have a minute now and 42 to play in the first. Khalid Reeves against Armstrong. Grant gets a Vaught screen. And now Loy's got Penny Hardaway on him in the post. Nice little fake. Runs up the hook. And as they scramble for the rebound,
Armstrong
get a B.J. Armstrong shove.
Trying to box out Montross, a little shove in the back.
First in the last 2 minutes.
First in the last 2 minutes, though.
Almost got away with it. And he really wouldn't have minded to see Eric on the line as much as he struggles from there.
Here's Grant. Letting it go off the heel to B.J. Armstrong. Horace Grant.
Surprised he didn't pull the trigger. That was his shot.
Maybe about a half step out that time after he missed that first one. He wanted to get closer.
Yep. Tried to go in the post to Dominique and knocked away by Judd Bushler, fronting.
8 on the shot clock. A minute and 2 to play in the first. 21-16 Pistons against the Eastern Conference leading Orlando Magic. Horace Grant shot from the wing. Bounds out of bounds. A minute left in the first. Pistons leading Chuck Daly and the Magic 21-16.
25 high.
Grant lost it.
Behind you,
Doliak
behind you.
to B.J. Armstrong. Hardaway from 3. Airmailed it wide left.
He heard footsteps. And I think that took his concentration off, and as soon as he let it go, you know, he wasn't even in the ballpark.
So did the fans. 7 for 17 for Orlando. Pistons 10 for 17. Loy Vaughn shovels it, right corner. Reeves misses. Armstrong the other way. Dominique.
They're going to hold it for one now. I think they were looking for the quick basket if they could get it.
Penny Hardaway way behind the long line. Off the iron to Horace Grant. Draws the foul with 7.1 seconds to play in the first.
George, that was a mistake. That's an ill-advised shot. If you got the basketball in the last possession, there was only about a second-and-a-half differential in the shot clock and game clock. And to fire up a three-pointer with 8-9 seconds to go is not good, because if they don't get the rebound, Detroit gets an opportunity to score.
And they'll get a scorer back in the game. Joe D for Eric Montross. First one kicks away for Horace Grant. Daryl Armstrong's back for Michael Doliak. Chess match between Alvin Gentry and Chuck Daly here in the closing seconds of the first.
Both teams going small. Some quickness. Pistons will have plenty of time to get the ball off the floor.
Horace Grant splits the pair barely.
I'm sure you're going to see some pressure here of some kind. They're going to have to take the ball out of his hands, though.
Grant whips it to Reeves. Joe with an up fake, got time. It's on the way. It's down at the horn. How good was that? On Bad Boys Reunion night, the MVP of the '89 NBA Finals finishes off the first with a clean J. Pistons 23 and the Magic 17 after one.